Hi class, today we are learning about sorting and we'll be learning about sorting all week. We are going to be covering some new words. Those words are alike, which means how are, like if we were to look at these items below, how are they alike? How are they the same? As I'm looking at them, I see that they are all shapes. I see that they all have a color, right? None of them are white. Um, I can see that they are different. Like these shapes that I see down here, some of them have lots of sides, some of them have no sides at all. Some have points, others don't have points. Some have lots of corners. Some only have 4 corners or vertices, so they're all different. Um, Shape is the words that I use to describe how something looks. Like this shape is a circle. This shape is a polygon of some sort. It looks kind of like a plus sign or a T. This one is a pentagon, and this one is a diamond or a rhombus, right? And then for size, I could say that some of them are big, like this one, while others might be small, right? I can make this one really small. So some are big, some are small. And then I am going to use these different attributes or different things about them, whether they're alike or different or their shape or their size, and I'm going to sort them. That means I'm going to put them into groups. So let's look at the first thing, alike versus different. So when I look at the items in this box right here, I see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shapes or icons, and I see that 4 of them are exactly the same. I see that one of them is different, and so I might put an X on the one that's different. So that might look like this. I'm going to put an X on that one because it is different, right? I found the one that's different. Oops. Like that, right? So it's X, it's different. So then when I come down here, I want you to think, which one is different? Is it this one? 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 If you said that this one is the one that's different, you are exactly right. It is different. So I might put an X on it. I might say, oh, this one's different, right? I might say, there's my X. That one's different. Okay? Because this smiley face looks like this smiley face, which looks like this one and this one. So we have smiley face, cloud. Smiley face, smiley face. So I know the cloud is the one that's different. Okay? The next way that we're going to sort is based on categories. So I want to know which one doesn't belong. So first I'm going to go through and I'm going to look at each one of the pictures and I'm going to say what they are. I have a pair of blue shoes. I have a pair of black shoes. I have a horse. And I have a pair of pink shoes. So when I am looking about whether things belong or don't belong, I'm looking about how they're the same and how they're different. So if I were to look at color, well, they're all a different color, right? If I were to look at shape, I can see, well, these are kind of shaped like shoes, these are shaped like shoes, or these are shaped like shoes. What I'm really going to look like is their category. I have 3 pairs of shoes and I have 1 animal. So that means that my animal would not belong. Okay? So then I'm going to come down here to my next box and I'm going to take a look at my next box. I have a donut, I have a carrot, I have a pepper, and I have broccoli. Now when I am looking at those objects, again, I'm going to try and think about ways that they're alike and ways that they're different. So the first thing I notice is that these objects are all food items, right? They're all food. Those are all things that I can eat. So that's not I can't look at whether they're food or not to decide whether they're different. But the next thing I notice is that most of them are vegetables, right? Broccoli's a vegetable, a pepper's a vegetable, and a carrot's a vegetable, but a donut is not a vegetable. So I would say that my donut does not belong because it's not a vegetable. Sometimes, this is how it's going to look in your sheet, and I apologize if this picture is not a very good picture. So I have a little boy who's in a garden, and he's planting things, and there are some things that don't belong in a garden. So first, does a plant belong in a garden? Yeah. Does a blow dryer belong in a garden? No, so I might put an X on my blow dryer and say that my blow dryer does not belong. I'm going to find one more thing that doesn't belong in the garden. Then I want you to see if you can find some things that don't belong in the garden. So I might get my dot and I might say, ugh, that crab doesn't belong in the garden. He belongs on the beach, right? So you can keep looking a little bit longer at this picture. So I was able to find 8 things that do not belong in the garden. If you want, you can go back and pause the video and you can see if you can find 8 things. Okay, the next thing that you're going to do this week is you're going to put things in groups by their size. Now you're going to have something like this, and it's going to say, draw X's and circles to show how you sort. So I might decide that I want to put circles around all the ones that are big. So I'm going to put, oh, that didn't work out very good. So I am going to maybe circle the ones that are big, because I see that there's big ones and there's small ones. So I'm going to put a circle on all the ones that are big, and I'm going to put an X on all the ones that are small. Okay? So I've got this one is big, this one's big, this one's big, and now I'm going to put X's on the ones that are small. Can you see more that are small? Good. So then I might count them to see. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 that are big, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 that are small. Okay? Our next way that we can sort is by shape. So I have a box up here that tells me which ones I'm going to sort into my box. And my box says that this box is only for squares. So I want you to see if you can find the squares in the picture. If you can see the squares, please touch them on your screen. Where are the squares on this picture? Now this might be kind of tricky because sometimes we might put shapes on their corners or on their side, but that's still the same shape, even though it changes their orientation. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to circle my squares because I've given you enough time. So you kiddos help me. Is this a square? You're right, it is a square. I'm going to circle it. Okay, let's find our next one. Is this a square? Nope. How about this one? This one's a little tricky because it's set on the side, but it still has 4 vertices, 4 equal sides, so it's a square. So I'm going to circle it. Okay, here's our next one. Oh, yep, a square. I'm going to circle it. My other square. Got one more square. Can you find it? Yep, you were right. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares, and the rest are not squares. The last way that you're going to sort this week is by numbers. So on your worksheet, you're going to see items that are grouped by number. You can see I have a group here, another group, another group, another group, another group, another group. And I'm trying to see groups that have something in common. So I have a group of, let's count these ones. Sometimes I like to write the number next to it so that I know how many there are. So I might count these ones. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to write a 3. Okay, and then I'm going to go to my next group and I'm going to say, 1. So I'm going to draw 1. Then I'm going to go to my next group. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to draw my 3. Oh, I see a number that I've seen before. Then I'm going to go to my next group and I'm going to count the next ones. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to come over here, count this group. 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you can't write your numbers quite yet, that's okay. You can have somebody in your family help you. Oh, that's supposed to be a 4, but it didn't like that I picked up my finger. That's a 4. Bear with me. So my next group, 1, 2. Then my last one is 1, 2, 3. So if I look, I have a group of 3, a group of 1, a group of 3, a group of 3, a 3, a 2, and a 4. I see that I have lots of groups of 3. So that is going to be the ones that are the same. So I'm sorting by number because I'm only going to circle the groups that have 3. And it's important that I can describe to my family why I'm sorting this way. So I can say, I sorted this way because they are groups of 3. Good luck sorting this week, and I hope you have fun learning about sorting and classifying.